I am just rushing around over here. I've tried to fix my settings, so I am hoping I have taken care of the problem. Oop, let's do that so that we don't get disconnected again, because that was not fun. I did not like it. I don't think you liked it either. Um, and then I realized when I was getting set up that I mailed every single one of these cards out. I did not keep a copy for myself for our live today. So I quickly cut and made another card. And I also, while I was at it, I cut the 4 that I'm hoping to give away for commenting and sharing, 2 to YouTube and 2 to Facebook. That's 1 each commenting and 1 for sharing. And I just want to say hi. It's a beautiful day here in the Pacific Northwest. We have got sunshine, a breeze that's not hot, and I think we're going to be in the 70s today. Tomorrow we're expecting a rainstorm, possibly thunder showers and lightning. But for today, it is absolutely gorgeous. And I get to sit and look at it. Do you want to see what I'm looking out at? Let's see. I'm going to switch me off. Switch my view on my iPad. And then go back. That's what I'm looking at. That's my front yard. Harley's asleep on the couch, but you can't see him. And see, isn't it beautiful out? The grass is green, the trees are green, and the sun is shining. Who could ask for more? Oh, Simone, you have heat. I'm sorry. I don't like it to be too hot either. Okay, I'm going to put it back to this. Just to remind you, you earned your $5 coupons in July, and it needs to be spent in August. So you still have half the months to go, practically. August 31st is the 3rd day to spend your coupons. Let's see, what else do I want to show you? Just reminding you that we have our Designer Series paper sale going on. It's 15% off, and who could complain about a paper sale? Oh, thank you, Simone. I like my front yard. It's kind of fun. Unfortunately, if you look really close, it needs a lot of weeding right now, but oh well, it'll get done. The Designer Series paper we're using today is the one in the upper right-hand corner. It's the Countryside Inn. And here's page 2. Isn't that cool? Let's see. Let me just go right down to the table. I'm going to fix my camera. So I don't have to do it while you're there. It sits right in front of my nose. So I have to push it out of the way for a bit. And here we are. There's our card. Let me show it to you. Isn't this cool? It's got different, the Designer Series paper, different designs, 4 to be exact, I believe. I put my sentiment on dimensionals so that the circle will kind of hook down. And here's our card. And this is where the gift card goes. Yeah, you don't need to seal this up. It'll just sit in here. Let's pretend my dimensionals, not my dimensionals, my embellishments are a gift card. See, you could also be an embellishment gift card. Instead of a gift card, you can put a present in it. And then it goes up in the mail and mails right off. This is a conglomeration of several different stamp sets. It's the Country Flowers. From this, I used the flowers and the teapot. I took my sentiment from Seaside Wishes. You absolutely made my day. I love that sentiment, and I wanted something that was longer to go across the front. And then I used my favorite dies, because I absolutely love the Spotlight on Nature dies. And I used these 2, which I think layer nicely together, but you could layer any of them. They are just, I knew when I saw them that I wanted them, and I was so glad that we've got circle dies that are interesting. Now, business first. I have for comments on YouTube last week, Diane Newman. Kat Mahon for YouTube, she shared it last week. On Facebook Live, Simone, this is for you. I put the address on upside down. Sorry. Cindy Walker for sharing. And then I need a little help with what to do with these two. I've tried now for 2 months to find the people, Sharon Berkner and Nancy Con 1174. I've tried to send messages, and I haven't heard back from anyone. And I think 2 months is probably long enough to keep them. I've got the Zinnia card kit, and this is the, oh, just a second. I meant to grab it. I don't have a Zinnia card out right now to show, but this one. So if you do not, want to, if you've already got this kit and you don't want a second one, don't message me. But otherwise, send me a message that you'd like one of these, because I would love to get these sent out. I think that's fair. 2 months seems long enough for me to hold on to them. Although I'm sad. And if they do get in touch with me, I'll find something to send them, I promise. The Designer Series paper, I would show you mine, but I have used almost all of it up. I made 6 cards for my card swap with friends. I made 6 cards for my team, and I sent them all out. And I truly thought I'd kept one for myself for today, but I did not. So on page 109 is where those were. Oh, Shirley, wonderful. I'm going to put everybody's name who says they'd like one, and I'll do the random wheel spinner thing, which is really fun to watch, and get those sent out. So shall we get started? I can't think of anything else that I needed to tell you today. Well, it could be that I was flustered and was hurrying and forgot what I was doing, but that is also a possibility. Oh, the inks I used. I used Memento for the flowers so that I could color with my blends. And then my sentiment is Night of Navy. And I'll keep that one out. The embellishments are iridescent faceted gems. And I just see so many colors in these that I really, really, really like them. They really showed the light really well. Oh, look. Here's a piece of cardstock. This is one of the new cardstocks that I've been playing with. At the end, I'll show you a couple of samples. Let's get started. Now you'll find the measurements for the cards in the description, both on YouTube and on Facebook. So this is 4 1/4 by 11. I scored it at 2 inches, then scooched it over to 7.5 inches and scored it. And this, the top, this part will fold down. And let's give it a little burnish. This is going to go up. This is what's going to hold our mechanism. So let's put that together first. We'll just take off, I already put tear and tape on here. And really, the tear and tape needs to be far over at the edge. And that'll give you lots of room to put your mechanism in. Something about a security error. And are you still seeing me? If not, know that this is going to continue recording, and I'm going to delete the old one, the first one, and put this up as a recording. I don't have I don't know what to do. Let's see the laptop. So I am just quickly typing a message to let you know that the software disconnected me and that I'm going to continue recording. Well, this is just no fun. I need to also let YouTube know. Sorry that all you're seeing is my hand here. Refresh that so I can see my post. Copy the message. And then I'm going to pop over to YouTube and do a message. Let's see. And add a post. So sorry for this. This is so frustrating. I just might try next week going live just on Facebook. And then, okay, we've got those done. Okay, here we go. Let's finish up. We have our holder. I am going to fold that up. This is down. Design one for this particular card, and there are many different designs. I used some separate ones, so I'm not sure which one you're getting. Probably this one. And I'm just going to take a little bit of my multi-purpose glue, outline that. Watch the direction. This one has little birds on it, so I don't want the birds to be upside down. It goes on the top and on the top inside. For some reason, I had a lot of this design left because your circles are cut out of the stripes. Or some of them are. Okay, here we go. There's our basic card. Let's put our strip on the front. And we'll just put that right down here. Center that. And we'll go on to our gift card holder. We're going to take tear tape. Oh, I've already put design number 2 on this one. I was putting it together and got a little carried away with myself when I was first cutting them out. So we'll just put tear tape here. And the trick to this one is that we're going to line it up and we're going to put it so that this edge there's a 1/2 inch there, there's your tear and tape, is going to go above the fold line. So center it up as best you can. Keep it above the fold line. Press it down. Then you fold the bottom up and it tucks into here. You could put designer series paper here if you wanted to, or you could, I think it'd be a little thick if you embossed a piece and put it on top, but that's how our card works. Isn't that fun? And then the gift card just goes right in here. Now we need a little bit of work to do. We're going to do a little stamping. I have got a 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece for the back because we have to have some place to write. And I've got Misty Moonlight. So I am just going to stamp with Night of Navy. And I'm using a little different bouquet. I just wanted to mix it up. So let's do our Night of Navy. Pull it out. And we are going to tap, 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 tap. Actually, maybe we'll just move everything over and be on camera. Tap, tap, tap. You can tell that it's covered. And in the upper corner, and I'm using the left corner, I am just going to put, in the lower right, I am just damping off a little bit. I've got that pretty little flower, and I've got lots of room to write my message. And because I prefer Seal or Seal Plus for my corners, I am just going to do this. And this can go right on the back of the card because you know I don't like lots of little bits and pieces sitting around. Only because the more bits and pieces I have sitting on my desk, the easier it is to lose them. So let's see. Used a little multi-purpose glue so I can scrunch this over a tiny bit because it was not straight. So there's the back of our card. The front, the middle, and the back. The other thing we need to stamp, I have already stamped my bouquet. I've got my matte for the front. I've got my basic white for my sentiment. Let's go ahead and stamp that. You absolutely made my day. I really like this sentiment. It's a nice way to say thank you or just to say I love you to a friend. And we'll stamp that down. Give it a little rub. And then there we are. Let's go ahead and put this together. And I'm just going to use my Seal Plus and line it up. Now it is possible, and if you get the kit, you just might find that one side hangs over a little bit. That's okay because it's really easy to fix. But you can see it from the other side. Get your snips and snip. Now, what I decided to do is to use dimensionals, and I'm just going to put them on the bottom. So I've got odds and ends, my little ends I've snipped off. Actually, I had two packages that were in about the same situation. And so I combined them. Here we go. Let's take this. And actually we could give it a little bit more support on the side there with that. And maybe I'll do that the same over here because it really is just the middle that needs to be open so it can catch that bottom of the circle. these off and put them in the garbage. We are done stamping, so let's get the ink out of the way before I put my hand in it. Okay, so blue is the color that I normally stamp myself with. And look, I'm okay so far. We have one more thing to stamp though. We're going to do the envelope. But let's do this first. Just kind of line this up towards, not quite the middle, but close to it. And now let's go ahead. Here's my other design, little flowers. I will have to be careful that these go up, not down. Let's put our circle on. And I'm going to tell you that our circle, too much pattern. My eyes are going cross-eyed there. Too much pattern. Let's just try to do this close in the circle. I happen to have a piece of Night of Navy cardstock that already had some adhesive on it. It had our adhesive sheet. I'm not sure what I was cutting out, but whatever it was, I took advantage of it. And cut out my teapot. And the flowers are up. The teapot is here. I'm going to set it aside for just a moment with the card. There's the card. Here's the card we're making. And show you how I colored this in. I took my Wink of Stella, because what's life without Wink of Stella? And I just colored it in. I did the little roses. There's 5 of them. And to be honest, I wanted to make sure it was good and sparkly. So I did it twice. And then the rest I did really easy coloring. I wanted to make sure I used a lot of different colors. I used Old Olive, light Old Olive, and I used the little writing end. And I did all the leaves in one color. Just trying to get it all together. This is a little leaf right in there. And one right here on this rose. It's okay to leave a touch of white space. I am using the light Daffodil Delight, and I'm coloring in this very large flower. Careful at the ends though. It's also okay not to go clear to the edge, because blends have a tendency to kind of blend out, and as the alcohol saturates the paper, so you don't want to have a problem with that. I used the dark Old Olive for the centers of these 2 flowers, and then for those flowers I used light boho blue and dark boho blue, and I'm using the light here. I'm going to do the light around the center. And then I'm just going to do some dark. I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to do dark around the center. So I'm going to change that to make it a little bigger, make it darker. And then I'll go back and do the leaves in the light. It gives them a little contrast. They're a little bit different. See, it's a very, very quick coloring. And we'll take dark again. That was not. No, this is the light again. Sorry. Just pop in. I really like using blends. I see a leaf I missed. Let's pop back in and get that. There we are. I am just going to bring in my mini cut and emboss. And you know, if you put these down, especially if you've got a slippery surface, if you put it down on your silicone mat, let's turn it this way. So I've got it in this little, it's cute. It's a little magnetic bowl. I bought it on the Country Hive, which I think that's Susan Campfield's daughter. I could be mistaken, but I thought that's what I heard. Anyway, they're very nice. They make some nice products, some good holders. I got my Tombow glue holder there too. Isn't that cute? And yes, I also have a purple magnetic holder. But I didn't need one quite that big today. And just cut that off. Sorry you were jiggling there. Let's get this out of the way. And the plates out of the way. And I put this down with the, now how could I have lost my dimensionals in such a short amount of time? That has got to be a record. I just do not see them anywhere here. So this is why I start new packages of dimensionals before I use up the rest of the other one. Not hiding under there. Not hiding under here. Let's just put some of these on. And here I was looking so forward to getting those used up. Here we are. Just going to put this over the flower pot. I've got my embellishments. At least I could find those. Let's put the end on the pokey tool. Use the, I'm going to use the medium-sized ones, I think. There's 1, 2. And I know it's a little weird, but I like to, when I am building a focal piece like this, I like to build it first. And then I put it on, and then we're done. So, I want to put it about here. I'm going to fold it flat, put it down flat, but I'm going to be very careful not to get my glue down too far, because I don't want to stick it closed. I want people to actually get to the gift card I'm giving them. So, there we are. How's that? Trying to get the flowers straight, or close to straight. All right, there we go. Here is our gift card. Isn't that fun? Gift card goes right in there. And I bought Starbucks gift cards, so I just put them in, just stuck them in, and put them in my envelope. And I was still able to mail them for a regular non-machinable rate because it's a little thicker. The one thing we didn't do is we did not make the envelope look pretty. So quickly, because you can't have a pretty card on the outside and a pretty card on the inside. This one, it's pretty on the back too, and not have a pretty envelope. So I'm just going to take that same stamp I used on the back of the card and just put it in a couple of corners on the envelope. There we go. Now we have to check again. Well, there's a little blue right there, and there's a little blue right there. So I guess at the end it's okay. I didn't do too badly since I'm using blue. And there's our card for today. I am going to try again next week to do a Facebook Live, but I'm going to do it without Switcher Studio. And we'll see how that goes. And until then, let's see. I was going to show you a new product, but I'm going to wait and just do that next week because I've been playing with it and it's kind of all over the place. So I will see you next week, and I hope you have a great day. And remember, for commenting and for sharing, you'll go into the draw in that little app I use, the random name picker, and I'll be sending you a card kit. And also, be sure that you let me know if you would like either of the card kits that have been sitting here for a month. 2 months, actually, because it was June. And I will do a separate draw for those and send them off. Anyway, happy crafting, friends. See you later.